Hello and welcome to the GBRLIFE vlog. I'm Caitlin, and this week we are discussing Make, formerly known as Integromat. Before I get into this automation tool, I first wanted to mention, if you're interested in taking the guesswork out of life by finding out about reviews and parenting hacks, you've come to the right place. On GBRLIFE, I talk about those subjects here on my vlog with a post every week. But there is so much more to GBRLIFE, aka Good, Bad, Real Life. With a blog, podcast, and this vlog, you will never run out of content. There's also an awesome clothing line to keep you comfy and stylish called Mama Koala. And if you want to check out any of this, links are below in the description box. And of course, you can just type in GBRLIFE or mamakoala.com. Are you ready for Make? Right after my intro. Let's get into it. Now that you know who I am and what GBRLIFE is all about, let's discuss what Make is all about. I will be showing you inside of Make later on in this video, as I always do. So stay tuned for the fun ahead and be sure to keep watching in order to figure out if Make is right for you, especially if you are someone who wants the ease of automation, because that's what Make is all about. Automating your business and life with scenarios. Basically, it's a site that helps you write code without actually knowing how to write code. That sounds great, right? Just like Zapier. But instead of creating zaps, you create a scenario. Make takes the user through a scenario that is as simple as picking a specific function and attaching it to another function. Yes, it's as simple as that. And you get to pick exactly what the function is based on the app you select. The app selection is plentiful, with choices like Apple, iOS, Google Docs, Android, Facebook, and TikTok. This means you don't really have to worry about not being able to work with the apps you use on a daily basis. Plus, it's not every day you find a way to connect apps, as I mentioned, together, making this an exciting tool for that reason alone. So, get your Apple friends and Android friends back in the same room. Make wants us all to get along. And speaking of getting along, in order to get a scenario working, you would have to do the same thing as you do in Zapier and set a trigger. And when the trigger gets set off, your ultimate goal can be achieved. So what do I mean by this? Say you want to automatically add a client to your Google Calendar from your website form builder. You can do that. Or maybe you want to use a powerful project management tool like Asana with Google Docs by just uploading a document into Docs so that it can automatically create a project. Well, you can do that too. And remember, you don't have to know any code to do what I just mentioned. This is a point and click the task or function you're looking to connect kind of tool. This is Zapier's competition, and it will give you the ease of using a tool that will always speak to you like you are 5, to custom create the kinds of automation you're really looking for. Make has over 1,000 apps to choose from, and they're ever-growing options. And they value making it a tool that almost anyone can use from day one, especially because they are also providing template options for times You know what you want to do, but have no idea how to do it. And they have many templates and user cases that take away the extra step of learning how to do it yourself and all the benefits of making your life much easier. They make and you take all the benefits. So I'm sure you're now wondering what all of this will cost. Your first option is free. This means everyone can use this, no matter what I'm about to say. But of course, there are limitations here. On the free option, you get the workflow builder that has over 1,000 apps to choose from, custom apps to add if needed, unlimited user, two-factor authentication for better security, parallel scenario execution, real-time execution monitoring, and system variables. But the size maximum is 5 megabytes, and you can only have 2 scenarios tops. And it will take 15 minutes at minimum between scheduled scenarios, giving you a taste of the fun. But when you pay just a little more, the fun really begins. At only $10.59 a month on the core plan, you will get everything I mentioned from the free plan, but scenarios are unlimited. Only 1 minute between intervals, 30 days of execution storage, nothing like going back to see what went wrong or right in a scenario that already happened. Now, if you do this plan yearly, you will get a discount, and you'll only have to pay $108 a year. Do you want more? Well, let's talk the Pro plan. This is their most popular plan because you can get everything I mentioned and more, but you pay $192 a year or $18.82 a month. And you get everything I mentioned, right, from the free and the core, but you also get 120 request minutes in access to 300 plus Make API endpoints, full text execution log search, operations usage flexibility, custom variables, scenario inputs, and priority scenario execution. This means they truly give you more of what you're paying for. And this is a more popular plan because once you start using Make and automating your life, you won't want any limitations to it. And with less than $200 a year, you get pretty much everything you need. There's also a Teams version of Pro, and it's literally called Teams for $348 a year or $34.12 a month. You get the same that you would get from Pro and everything I mentioned, but also team roles and 240 request minutes in access to 300 plus Make API endpoints, more scenario templates, and high priority scenario execution, which includes when you need to create and share templates. Are you a bigger company with a need for enterprise options? Yeah, Make has that too, but it does require contacting them as usual. Enterprise options are going to give you things they probably don't even list because you're working directly with the company to get everything they offer at the price point that works best for your company and theirs. But you will get everything I mentioned along with 1,000 request minutes in access to 300 plus Make API endpoints and enterprise app options, information security compliance support, single sign-on, operations protection, dedicated customer service manager, exclusive access to premium partners for support, 24/7 customer support, and 60 days for that execution storage. Now that you're aware of all that you get with Make, let's take a look inside so you can see it for yourself and get a better idea of all the different things I was trying to mention that you can do inside of Make. Because while the price points sound decent, what do those words really mean? Let's take a look and I'll show you exactly what I meant. Here we are in the inside of Make. Well, technically we're still on the outside because this is the main page that you're going to see when you type in make.com. Now, I do want to also mention, if you are used to Integromat, you can technically still type in Integromat and it'll automatically bring you over to make.com. So all you need to do once you get here, if you have Integromat already, is click on sign in, and you can sign in through legacy Integromat, or you can go to the new Make platform. I would definitely suggest that if you do have the legacy, go in through the legacy, because then they will grab everything that you have and bring it over to the Make platform instead, and that includes active scenarios and everything to make it work really well. So from there, because it's easy to forget this stuff is going on, especially once you automate it in your life, it should work really well after that. So here we are, again, inside of it, or on the outside of it, ready to get it started, right? If you want to do this, you don't need to have a credit card on file, and there is no time limit on that free plan. It's very true. I have the free plan. I do not have a credit card associated, nor has there ever been anything saying like, okay, you need to sign up for anything. It's not a trial. It's truly free. So if you want to do anything price-wise, just click on pricing and you'll see that there. And remember, everything that I say in my video is from that point in time. Things can change. It can get cheaper or they can become more expensive. And of course, the platform itself, you can see stuff about it, the apps, enterprise, white label. You can look at so many different things off of the main page before looking into it, like actually signing up for it if you want to just see if this really is right for you. But I wanted to show you right here because it actually shows you a scenario. Someone fills out a form on a website, and then they put a router to say, like, once this form is filled out, this is just a flow button. So you just click on flow and you say you want a router, and then it's going to notify the team, create a record, and send an email just because someone filled out that form. And then they show like little snapshots. That's the form that someone filled out. And then from there, that's it. It was submitted, and they get the information. It routes. It then notifies the team. And then they get that text message or something. And then they get emails because of it. But it also creates that record as a lead. Here's the email. And now the entire team is aware that they have a new contact. So that's basically what scenarios are and how Integromat works /make. And of course, this is not just used by the everyday person. This is also used by big companies, Facebook or Meta. Shopify is on here as well, but I don't know if they use them on a grand scale or anything, but Spotify is, and that's why I made that mistake. I said Shopify, but I meant to say Spotify. Adidas, Heineken, and Qualtrics, I don't really know who they are. And it's no code and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, like, you can see all the different options here, and different things that you can just kind of check out to see what they offer. But let's go inside of Make. Now, I do happen to have a scenario up ready, but before we go to this, let me go to the main page so that you can see active scenarios, operations. I mean, this is going to give you information to your teams, or be able to also see what your teams are doing if you have any teams, right from the get-go. You can also look at your organization as a whole and see what subscription you have, how much usage you've had, again, your active scenarios, if you are making any payments because you have the non-free plan. And then, of course, here on the side, you can do templates, and I'll click on connections because you can see that I already have Asana, Facebook, and Shopify connected. And then templates are really great because templates are going to be able to tell you, instead of you trying to figure out what you need to do, templates are going to give you the whole thing. Like the one that I actually have up if I just go to Shopify, I did not come up with it by myself. This was their template. Shopify to Android. Send a thank you message to a new customer in Shopify. I have Mama Koala, which is a Shopify store. So mamakoala.com, of course, I'm going to name drop. It is my company. It's a subsidiary of GBRLIFE. So anyways, the point is, all I had to do was connect my Shopify store and my phone, which is, I just downloaded the Integromat app, which in this case, you're downloading Integromat, not Make. Which the good news is they say the name Integromat a million times on here. So if you want to find that, I mean, you can find it easily. And then of course they have a bunch of other templates, but now I'm going to go over to scenarios, and that is the scenario I actually created. Because now wait, let me go back. If I wanted to create one from a template, all I have to do is go back to templates. There we go. And then I would just, okay, Shopify to MailChimp. I did not connect MailChimp, so I'm not going to go through this one in particular, but I am going to just start it so you can kind of get an idea. All I did was click on that one because I have MailChimp, I have Shopify. Remember, I already have Shopify connected, and all I have to do is press create new scenario from template. I just click on that. I'll just go ahead and click on it so you can see. And then it's going to automatically say like, oh, okay, you want to connect your Shopify store? Go ahead and continue. And then from here, I would have to actually add my MailChimp. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and then just go back to my scenarios. And I'm going to click on this specific scenario after I click on create a new scenario, because I forgot I need to show you how to create one by yourself too. So that was a template that it automatically adds, which is great, super quick and easy. But if you want to do it yourself, you can decide on what app you want to select. So we'll say Shopify. Oops. I spelled Shopify wrong. Okay, Shopify. And then of course, I already have the account, but I need to say what function I'm looking to do. So I don't want to necessarily create a collection. Let's see, something that's easy. Okay, search for abandoned checkouts. I already have my account. Apparently I have to extend certain permissions for this. I went ahead and updated it, what it was requiring. Sorry for the cutout and then back onto this screen, but I'm obviously not going to go through all of the little details for you guys to see behind the scenes, because sometimes that can be, you know, not great. It's not a good idea. Okay, so status, we're going to say open. And now I'm going to go ahead. So it's going to search for abandoned checkouts. I had to do extra permissions for that. Now I'm going to add another module. Now, one thing I can do here before I even add another module, I can do flow control. So it's just that little thing. I forgot what those things are called. Oh, I know what it is, but I don't forgot what it's called. Forgot what those things are called. That sucks. Okay, but that's just a router. But you can also do a repeater, an array aggregator. I mean, you see all of these different things over here. So I can do that if I wanted to. I can also click on triggers to like sleep, get variables, compose a string. I mean, this sounds like coding and it sounds difficult, but remember there's templates that can do these things for you. So you don't have to know everything. And once you start getting an idea of what they're using, you just start clicking on the same things. But anyway, so if I do that, well, I don't necessarily need to do any of those, I don't think. So I'm just going to go ahead and press add. And I'm going to add Shopify to, you know what? I'm going to go and see Android. Again, did I do that one already? Yeah, I did, because I was thank you. I forgot. Okay. Android. I'm sorry, my internet can be very slow sometimes. It is not the system, it is my internet. Okay, so trigger when you push a button, calls, text messages. No, we don't want that. So, ooh, not even sending a text message. Ooh, send a push notification. So go ahead and click on that, and I'm just gonna push this over. That's pretty much all I really need to do. Done. And it already has my Android, so that's really all it needs. Now I can add a router or add a module in between here, so that's kind of nice. And then I can keep this going. Now let me go to the one that is already a template. Discard. I don't actually need this. Or maybe I do in the future. Maybe anytime you contact me, it's automated and I'm not really talking to you. Okay, so if I go over here, send that thank you message, because I already did this one, and it is from a template. I already created it and I press saved. So it hasn't executed anything because nobody's bought anything just yet. Go buy something, mamakoala.com, go. And as soon as it does, I'm gonna see exactly how many times they use it and everything. All I had to do was press save. That was it. And that's the extent of it. So this is what Integromat is. It's really not a big deal, and once you get used to it and start adding scenarios, I promise you, you're gonna want to do this like a lot. Okay, so now that you have seen the inside of Integromat/make, make/Integromat, let's continue this conversation on the other side. There you have it, Make. Another automation you didn't know you wanted, and a real competitor for Zapier. It's a game changer to add that kind of automation to your life. And it's not a horrible price point for what you get out of it. So, do you have any questions about Make? Comment those questions below. Or are you interested in a review of another product or tool? Let me know with a comment and I'll review it for you. And if you're interested in reviews like this, check out my other reviews like this one. By the way, this was a request by one of the viewers of GBRLIFE. So I really do listen and I really do make those videos. So please comment below. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm going to discuss IFTTT, another automation site just like Make and Zapier. Could this be the automation your business needs instead of Make? So be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon so you will be notified when the next awesome video comes out that may help you in your daily life and business. But you don't have to wait until next week, because with all of my content on GBRLIFE and my amazing clothing line called Mama Koala, you don't have to be without GBRLIFE in your life. Until next week.